What's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Bro Schmo, just in case you did not know. So we're back again, once again, for another mock. The mock, that's basically where I take a look at someone else's mock draft and I give you my opinions on it. It's very important, and this is why we love these mock drafts. It highlights prospects and possibilities. It kind of, maybe opens our mind up to different possibilities and be like, oh, maybe that would be a good thing, or maybe we just absolutely crap on it. That's the beauty of a mock draft, So we're going to take a look at Lance Zierlein's new mock draft he threw out on NFL Network. But go ahead, become a bro, and subscribe. Leave that thumbs up if you enjoy the content. And as always, indulge in that nice football discourse in the comment section below. We're in the end game now when it comes to the NFL draft. We're coming down the stretch. I'm about to push out the rest of my final rankings for the 2021 NFL draft. You'll also get a big board, my top 100, and if you're a Bro Scout tier member, you get my top 300, as long with my full rankings for each position, and you get the Discord. It's kind of dope. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead. Let's get in and do the dang thing. I haven't checked it out yet. All I did was go in here and make sure it was the right size to make it pretty presentable for you guys. That's why it's so hard to do video ones like Goat House and Franchise Guy. I would have loved to know Franchise Guy. I haven't checked his out yet. I'm actually going to check it out after this video. But it's just with videos, you kind of gotta skip through them to be able to get a nice presentation. At least with the article, bam, it looks beautiful. No surprise. Trevor Lawrence, it makes sense. I don't think the Jags will go anywhere else. I mean, we have that picture of Urban Meyer just sitting there. Look at that. At Trevor Lawrence's pro day. So, yeah, it's for me, it's set in stone. So, is this Zach Wilson? It is. I think it's kind of hard. Like, for the Jets, can they trade out of this pick? Is anyone willing to give up that much draft capital? I mean, kind of the precedent set, like, okay, we're going to have to, like any team that wants to move up, we're going to have to give up 3 first-rounders and probably, at the very least, a third. And because that's what San Fran gave up to move up to 3. So it might be too pricey for some teams. I don't know what their move is with Darnold. I feel like his just market is shrinking, so maybe they aren't moving on from him, but Zach Wilson obviously I think should be the pick here if you're going to stay at 2. It'll be interesting, man. It'll be interesting what we see as the rumors build up. At 3, Trey Lance, and I think some people want to throw Mac Jones in the ring there. I really think this should be between Fields and Lance just because they got the better upside. If they are going to keep Jimmy G, this pick could make a bit sense. But I mean, I think you could even start Lance in this very quarterback-friendly system that Kyle Shanahan has and not have to worry too much that it might hinder his development. But I think they get rid of Jimmy G either. So I'm kind of okay with Fields or Lance at this pick. Now this one's the Falcons. I don't know if he included trades in this. So let's find out. Nope, he has him going Patrick Surtain. Wow, that's interesting. To be fair, his pro day, a lot of people think he's next Jalen Ramsey. I don't know if that's necessarily the case. 3 years of elite production, you think it would kind of like secure that for him, but he does have some moments on film which are kind of like, oh crap. Again, they're few and far between, but he does have those moments. Ideally, I think Atlanta wants to trade out. But again, I think now that the precedent's been set, what teams need to give up to trade up, it might be a bit tough for Atlanta. Yes, they need, and the thing is, like, Jamar Chase, Devonta Smith, Kyle Pitts. There's not really a defensive prospect that's kind of worthy of a top 5 pick, in my opinion. It feels like you're not getting good value if you go corner here, but Surtain, I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt because Surtain's really good. His production through his career, it's a very large sample size, is very good. So I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt on that. And I mean, he even talks about that this should be like, it'd be ideal to trade out, but I get it. It'd be kind of tough. This next one is the Bengals. Sewell or Chase? He goes Sewell. I don't disagree. The only reason, and we see Chase goes with the next pick, we can move down. But the only reason I think that the Bengals go with Chase is just because it sounds like Burrow's really campaigning for Chase. But I prefer to go Sewell personally, so I agree with this. Zierlein, man, I don't mind this draft thus far. I guess I would say I like it. Jamar Chase, for me, he's the top receiver on my board. Probably the same for Zierlein. That's why he's going here. So, yeah, I don't think there's much to talk about with this one. And then at 7, we have the Detroit Lions going Devonta Smith. Yeah, it sounds about right. I feel like it's either this, Micah Parsons. It's really just between whoever the other receiver is, Chase or Smith. And if both are still on the board, you could even make a case for Waddle here, or Micah Parsons. I feel like that's kind of what it is. So I agree. Carolina Panthers. They go Mac Jones. I'm telling you, Panthers fans. Matt Rule coached them at the Senior Bowl. Just prepare yourselves. Prepare yourselves. Am I saying that I think it should be the pick? No. I'm just saying for your own health. I'm concerned for you. I remember months ago when I first mocked Mac Jones to the Panthers. Panther fans hated me. They're never gonna happen. I told you back then. Just be open to the idea to help ease the pain. I'm just trying to get y'all through the steps of, what is it, tragedy? Where it's like depression or despair, anger, stuff like that. I forgot what it is. But you know what I'm saying. And you know what, Joe Brady, there's a lot of precedent why like this could be Mac Jones, just because, again, Joe Brady, he did coach in terms of their arm strength, a very similar prospect. Granted, Burrow, I think, may probably edges him out in arm talent in terms of the type of throws he can make, and athletic ability in general. But yeah, Joe Brady, man, he's got experience with that. So just saying. I forgot Justin Fields was still on the board. Oh, wow. Maybe I would have gone Fields at that pick. I understand what Zierlein's doing there, though. I understand it. Yeah, this is a great pick for the Broncos. If the Broncos and the Panthers don't have to trade up for a quarterback and still get one of the top 4, and maybe even Mac Jones, if you want to consider him a top 10, I'm not in that boat. I do think he's a first rounder, though. Then yeah, that's a big win for the Broncos. I'm not gonna lie, man. If I'm the Lions, I'm maybe taking Fields. It's kind of wild. This one is the Cowboys. Rashawn Slater. I think I would still go Horn here. I understand. I mean, Slater would probably be the higher guy on my board, though. I understand if you're. I don't feel like there's that big of a difference in terms of where they're at on my board. I'm pretty sure they're probably going to be very similar, very close to one another. They're both probably going to end up being top 15 prospects on my board. With Slater and Horn, there might not be that great of a difference in value. So I might be more willing to be like, yes, Slater's higher on my board, but I'm going to take Horn because it is a much greater need. I'm not opposed to that, though. I'm not opposed to picking the top guy on your board. So, I'm not gonna lie. I think Zierlein's put out a good draft thus far. Good mock. I totally forgot Kyle Pitts was still even on the board. This is a steal for the Giants. Where else might he go? You can make a case for the Cowboys. Because I just talked all that good crap about taking the top guy on your board. I don't know how you have Slater above Pitts. I think you're kind of being dishonest with yourself. I think those people that might have Slater above Pitts are like, well, he's a tight end. And if that's your view on Pitts, then I think you're viewing him wrong. I think you need to change your glasses, look through different eyes, because you're not viewing him correctly if you see him only as a tight end. Yeah, I mean, you could make a case for Detroit. That's quite the steal for the Giants if they come out with that. Maybe Zierlein's not doing trades here. Interesting. Then we got Jalen Waddle going to the Eagles. I think the Eagles are in a good position to take whatever receiver ends up falling, because you got to imagine one of them will fall to 12. So I think this was good for the Eagles. They were able to move back when they're like, hey, we're going to invest in Hurts. We can move back to 12, maybe still get one of the top 3 if we're okay with all 3 of them. Then we can move back, just wait, see which one falls to us, and we pick up a first rounder in the process. I like that. I think it's a good move by the Eagles. Chargers, Christian Darrisaw. No problems here. I've mocked him quite a bit there because Slater's not available at this pick. Okay, let's see what 14 is. I have a sense it might be Elijah Vera Tucker. Be interested maybe if he goes Kwity Paye, maybe one of the edge talents here. I think it might be those two. Let's see what it is. It's Elijah Vera Tucker. Look at that. I'm gonna start trying to predict what the next pick is. If I can remember what team's picking. It makes sense. I still feel like people think I'd rather him at guard. I get that he played tackle last year, and some people may view he has that flexibility, but I'd still prefer to draft him as if he is just a guard-only prospect. But he's going to be a very solid player, so yeah, no qualms, no problems here. Next team up in the draft at 15. It's not the Cardinals. Who picks before the Oh, it's the Patriots. No Mac Jones on the ball. This pick could be anything. They could even trade back. I don't know if they go with one of the edge. Maybe one of the receivers. Be Bateman, Elijah Moore. Horn's still on the board. Maybe. I think Horn. J.C. Horn. Let's go with that. It's Micah Parsons. I forgot Parsons was still on the board too. J.C. Horn's got to be the next pick for the Cardinals. Heads up. It's got to be. So he said Parsons falls simply because of the character concerns. A lot of people are going to weigh that a lot more than some others. Like me, I don't weigh it a ton because no real proof came between those, the charges, because that's where the character concerns are stemming from. The Isaiah Humphries, the case he filed against, the lawsuit he filed against James Franklin and Penn State. He just mentioned Parsons in the lawsuit. He was, and again, there's no with Humphries, unfortunately. If all this ends up being true, there's no witnesses, no one's coming to his side. He's literally the only guy that's saying this. And unfortunately, being the witness, burden of proof is on you. So how much do I want to put weight in a literally top 10 prospect like Parsons? How much weight do I want to put in that type of or lack of proof? You know what I'm saying? That's why I view it not as high as some people may. So, and a lot of people have come to the defense of Parsons, talk about how good of a character he really does have. So there is that. But great pick for New England. I do understand that some people will probably weigh that a bit higher. J.C. Horn, dude. What is this, dude? Predicting the pick. This is obvious. They need help at corner. So, Miami Dolphins? No, it's the Raiders. A lot of people are hopping on the Trevon Merrick bandwagon at 17, which I think is still good value. He is the best safety in this class for a lot of people. I kind of prefer the trade down, just acquire picks, and I think you could still get him. A lot of people are mocking him there. Where else could they go? You could probably maybe say one of the tackles. Is this too early for Tevin Jenkins or Samuel Cosme? Depends whoever they're higher on. I won't be surprised to see other guys like Jalen Mayfield here, just because a lot of people are higher on Mayfield than probably I am. So there's a few things. I think I'm going Merrick though. Christian Barmore. I'm not against this. I'm really high on Barmore too. I mean, the thing is, in free agency, they spent a lot of draft capital or a lot of they invested a lot on that defensive line to make it better because, again, Gus Bradley, he doesn't blitz hardly ever, so he relies on pressure from that front four. So I get it. It's great value. I don't mind it. I still worry about, though, them not having any. They don't have a deep safety on the roster. That's the thing. The Miami Dolphins, probably an edge here. Kwity Paye still on the board. I'm surprised that Kwity Paye is his first edge rusher off the board. But it's great value here. And he had a banger of a pro day. So the guy, he's fast. He's strong. He, in terms of, like he did develop a bit in terms of his technique, his pass rush moves. It's not, by no means is he polished or all the way there in terms when you think about his development in those things he struggled in 2019. He's not he's not close, but you're betting on all that upside. At 19, we have the Washington football team. I'm a big fan of JOK being here, so let's see what he does. Oh, I'm not the only one on the JOK bandwagon, baby. I love this pick. You could go check out probably my last couple of mocks. I just really like the idea of what Ron Rivera can do with a guy like this. I think it gives him a lot of possibilities. Let's see, what else? What else? We have the Bears, probably tackle? Maybe tackle here? Maybe Caleb Farley too. No, they go edge? Wow, Russo, he had a pretty, to be fair, I'll give benefit of the doubt to Lance Zierlein here that Russo just had his pro day today, so this was before he put out the mock. And I say today, so yesterday. But, man, I get it. I think I still say maybe Caleb Farley, Timmon Jenkins here might be better. I do understand addressing edge, though, but I don't think Russo's it, man. I don't think Russo's it. He's not really an edge bender. Jason Owe, great pick for the Colts. I think they will. I think this pick comes down to either tackle or edge. So whoever's higher on their board. In this case, it's Owe. Owe flies off the edge, dude. Dude is fast. If you haven't seen his 40 time, go take a gander. At 22, Greg Newsome. So it comes to give competition to that other safety or that other corner spot. So they have like Christian Fulton, Jenkins, and now Newsome competing for that outside for, well, two of the outside corner spots. And then you have Kevin Johnson. There we go. It's slot. So yeah, I think Newsome's going to be picked a lot higher than people think. So yeah, I can see this happening. And then this is the Jets. Watch it be a running back. Nah, it's Azeez Ojulari. I like this a lot, dude. This guy, like, I think he is a perfect combination with Carl Lawson. Like, I really like Ojulari or Owe with this 23rd pick, low key. So, yeah, this is a pretty banger mock draft in my opinion. Let's see, at 24, Steelers, Xavier Collins. This is a bit interesting. Probably the one pick I don't like. Well, yes, I'll give the Gregory Rousseau pick the benefit of the doubt. This one, I get it. It's a fun pick, but I think you address maybe tackle, Timmon Jenkins. I mean, Collins, it really depends what you view him as. To pair him up. Like, it's not a bad pick by any means. It's interesting. All right, let's take a look. Timmon Jenkins, I like this. Forget Cam Robinson. I know. I don't think he's anything but average. At least he hasn't shown it in his career. He hasn't shown it. I like the idea of bringing Jenkins, who you can play at the left spot. Even Jawan Taylor kind of had a down season last year. Sophomore slump. I expect him to be much better, though. So I like this. You're plotting for the future. And then we got Jalen Phillips going to Cleveland. I like it, man. Jalen Phillips, banger workout today. Banger workout. You're just concerned about the concussions from the past. At 27, Terence Marshall. This is okay. Rashad Bateman. Just gonna say that. Rashad Bateman. Like, I think I like Terence Marshall, but Rashad Bateman. My bad, hitting the mic there. Like, I get the idea, the speed, the size. He doesn't even doesn't hold a candle up to Rashad Bateman in terms of his ability as a route runner. I think that would help, Lamar Jackson a bit more than Marshall, who's, again, a bit raw in that aspect. And plus, I got Bateman higher. So this is probably the biggest disagreement I might have. Xavier Collins, I talked my way through it. I understand. So maybe this is probably the pick I have grievances with. Elijah Moore, Elijah Moore is a monster, dude. He had a banger pro day. I think this is a good pick by the Saints, especially with I would say no first round corners on the board. Yeah, Elijah Moore is a monster. Tyson Campbell. Oh, I think that just takes away everything I just said. Just because if Zierlein views Campbell as a first round corner, why won't the Saints take him? Why, like, they're grabbing more weapons, but like, I don't know. I do like Campbell though as a scheme fit for the Packers, so interesting. Then we got the Buffalo Bills. Caleb Farley, great value. Caleb Farley's still on the board. What am I saying? All right, we're falling apart here at the end. I forgot Caleb Farley was even on board. I think the Saints would take a chance on him. But this is a great pick for the Bills. Great pick. Finally get someone to that could push Levi Wallace, who's kind of been in and out of that cornerback 2 spot. Like, he's solid. He's good enough, I think, but you could definitely upgrade. So I like the idea of bringing in competition there. Farley, his upside's way higher than this. It's just there are concerns about the injuries and him potentially being a one-year wonder. And then we have the Chiefs. Landon Dickerson. Not so hot on this pick. I still think they should go tackle. I like Cosme as a fit, just because Dickerson probably would have been a first rounder. If anything, maybe early second rounder. Just the ACL, man, injury came at a bad time. I guess, I mean, you get a starter, but you ain't gonna get him back probably next season. Even if he does manage to come back, it probably won't be till like week 12 maybe. So not in love with this pick. Travis Etienne, man, this is kind of does feel like a luxury pick. I'm trying to think of other prospects still on the board here, that the Bucks could go with, and I really can't think of any. So, you could say tackle. I don't know. I mean, this feels really similar to what the Chiefs did last year. Unfortunately, but I would say this Bucks team might be a bit more impressive. Again, this is kind of they do have the luxury of, they brought back almost the same team last year. So they do have that luxury to kind of go wherever, because they really don't need to fill any spots of weakness. Like, few areas you could maybe say, we could maybe Asante Samuel here, to challenge Sean Murphy-Bunting, who's been actually pretty good. So there is that. Carlos Basham, but is he a reach? I don't know. I don't think so. So he could be he could eventually replace JPP. I don't know. There's a lot of interesting ways they could have gone. Etienne, I don't mind it as much. I understand why. So overall, outside of these last 4 picks, last 5, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31. I think this, for the most part, was a pretty solid mock draft. So good on you, Lance Zierlein. There we go. But that's it for the video. Go ahead, do that YouTube thing. And until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.